and welcome. I am so honored and grateful and so excited that you are here with me. My name is Danielle Mansfield and I am the spiritual medium and channeler that has brought forth the incredibly powerful and life-changing creation of how to heal. I have a very unique story, but it might not be as different to yours in some ways. I was raised sailing around the world. I was busy being homeschooled. I was busy as a child learning about cultures and sea life and animals. I saw the more exotic places in the world, but I also saw the lack of, the poverty, the suffering, the war. As I was growing up, I was away from the pressure of what was normal, what was not normal, what my friends were doing and what I should do and shouldn't do. I didn't have that pressure. I was very sheltered. I spent more of my childhood with nature than I did with friends. I didn't have friends growing up. I had my parents and my sisters on a small sail yacht. I spent a lot of my life traveling, and I didn't have my first long-term relationship till I was 27 years old. And I was very naive and again very sheltered. And what I went through and experienced changed my life. I met a predator, and for 3 years I endured very deep physical, emotional, mental abuse. I didn't know what was normal in a relationship, but I knew deep inside of my heart that something was not right because I felt it. And I got out of that relationship after 3 years with only broken ribs and a smashed shoulder blade. But that wasn't the worst of it. I was broken emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, in every way possible. And I couldn't see a way to get out. I couldn't see a way to survive. I thought this person was going to kill me. And he told me he would. And I didn't know how to get out. And one day I fell to the floor and I cried my eyes. And I'm in so much pain, physically. And I begged the universe, I need help. Please help me, or I'm going to die. And I made a choice. I made a choice to choose me. And I got out that relationship. What I didn't realize was how quickly you can heal. As a spiritual medium, I was able to connect with the higher dimensions and ask, how do I heal? How do I heal my ribs? How do I heal my bones, my fractures? How do I heal this pain that I'm feeling? And I received a lot of information. And over the period of 5 years, I wrote down and journaled and recorded everything that was taught to me. This work changed my life, every aspect of my life, every part of my being. And it gave me the strength to understand what is the truth on every level of healing. When we look at trauma, there are so many different scales and levels and layers of trauma. And most of us think that what trauma is something that comes from a significant experience. An experience that could be from a car crash, losing a loved one, going through severe abuse. And we tend to think of it as significant. The truth is, it's not. Everyone has trauma. And as we get older, we develop all of our emotions based around our experiences that we've been through. Whether that is an experience, let's say you're in a classroom and the teacher asks you a question and you put your hand up. And everyone in the classroom laughs at you. If that moment, if you don't process that moment in the right way, that may feel at that moment that you are hit in the stomach as everyone's laughing at you. Later on in life, you may feel that what you say doesn't matter. You may feel like what you say is not important. You may have extreme social anxiety. It can show up in many different forms, but it may have started from that moment if it's not processed properly. Everyone processes things differently, and it may take more of an impact on your nervous system for you to hold it, for you to not process it, and it may show up later from a more impactful experience. Let's say you were in a car crash, but it was a light car crash, and there was a sudden hit and a jolt. And you may then hold fears later on in life of something happening to you unexpectedly. You may not feel safe. And so, what is trauma? For me, trauma was being and going through an experience of abuse. But trauma for you may be not feeling loved by your mother or father, feeling abandoned, or it could be more significant, losing a loved one. What trauma feels like is something that is underlying, something that is heavy, something that is on the back of your mind, a feeling. And what happens as we grow older, if we don't process those traumas or those feelings or those emotions, or those patterns or those habits, or those limiting belief systems, the feelings and thoughts that we're not worthy enough, we're not good enough, we don't know enough, we're not smart enough, those limiting belief systems, or the feelings that hold us back, if we don't process them, it's like having a bag on your back, and slowly you put a stone in, and you put a stone in. Most of us don't even realize how many stones we have in the backpack, because we're so used to that weight. That's all we know. Some of us have a whole train length of stones in our back and we don't even realize it. But you can ask yourself a question. Do you feel that there is something that needs to be worked on? Do you feel a little lost? Do you feel that there's something that's missing? Do you want to find a part of yourself? Do you feel happy? And you have to ask yourself, why? My why was me. It was my life, my happiness. I was in survival mode. But that was my why, me. And your why should be you. Because you are the most important thing that matters. And if you have a chance to understand why you behave the way that you do, why you feel the way that you do, if you had a chance to understand the things that are holding you back from your just absolute most authentic self. What are the things that hold you back in your subconscious mind that you don't even realize? That part of you that maybe you have never connected with. What if you can find that person? What if you can connect with that soul? That is what How to Heal will bring for you. It will show you how to heal. Not just what you can see in front of you, but everything that is going on behind of it. You will be taken on a journey of complete transformation. That is what healing is. And so I bow to you in honor, in gratitude, in excitement, and in love as I guide you through this journey.